So last we left off, we were eating food, as I recall.
We just finished. And I think we were asking like why the subject of the coffee elemental came up, and you say like, why did that come up? And that's where it ended.
So, speaking of coffee, Moira will actually perk her ears up a little bit. So, what is thing you got the little tubs?
I mean, to be honest, I don't actually drink this stuff. John David, you're probably best explain this. I mean, in broad strokes, it's a stimulant. It's got like a very bitter taste, although you can make it sweeter with sugar and milk.
It's better to experience it, and I take out my alchemy sites because it's the best way to brew coffee, and I start brewing.
Oh, no, the beans already have been roasted, right? And ground.
They are roasted and grounded. I'm just gonna put them in a filter and then boil the water over it.
I would say try it without milk or sugar first. That's how
I'm gonna do both. 3 cups.
So, yeah, I spoke to Eldeth about relationships.
Why?
Because
Are you asking for advice on her?
No, I was giving advice.
You gave
I was giving advice.
love advice to a goddess.
Why would she need love advice?
We were just thinking together about situations. I wanted to speak with Deneville. They can talk to each other like, whoa, can you get him here? Because we kind of maybe need war tactics. So maybe you can ask him if he knows anything, because I cannot go to him. And he couldn't come to me directly.
Yeah,
So,
because I was also there.
yeah, there's no direct link between me and him.
There's also no direct link between Eldeth and Deneville.
No, there is. They keep talking to each other.
Yeah, because I leave a piece of me there. I
Yeah.
left a piece of myself there so that they can continue through that piece of me.
Oh, okay, that's not the direct. Okay, they without you being fully present, they can still talk. That's what I was hinting.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. I was like, oh, he's a war god. We kind of need battle tactics, maybe. He has advice. And then we kind of started talking about how he talks with her. And he has been recommending books. And I hate that I still remember the fucking title.
Which one?
It feels gross saying it.
It's a smut book, I know, but which one?
It's called Orgy of the Gods.
Ooh.
Don't say, oh, that's...
I didn't say, I said, ooh.
Yeah, that's... Don't, please.
Orgy of the Gods?
It's a good written book.
You've read it before, David.
What do you think my reading lessons were about?
I mean, I
You
didn't
like...
kind of... Okay, I'm just going to shut up, I think.
Okay, for someone who strikes me as very monogamous, I'm surprised to learn you like the Orgy of the Gods, as that's not very monogamous, I think.
Just because you enjoy a book doesn't mean it is your personality. Just because I read The Art of War doesn't mean I'm a commander of an army.
Do you like blasting things?
Yeah, but commanding an army
Read
is
The Art of War
thing.
by
Yeah.
Tunce.
Yeah.
Okay. Not knowing yourself or knowing the enemy will make you succumb in every battle. Something like that's one thing I remember. Anyway, so-
know yourself, 1,000 battles, 1,000 victories.
Yeah, I mean, the quote that I know is sort of, if you know your enemy like you know yourself, then you'll win 100 battles. But it's the same sentiment. But
Same sense.
yeah.
There's also a bit about not knowing yourself that will make you lose every battle. So we talked about Deneville for a bit, and then we started talking about if you're like living that long, you don't beat around the bush much anymore. You're gods or immortals.
I think it's just a thing with age. You know how direct old people are.
That's kind of what we talked about.
So, Eldeth won't be able to assist us with the moat.
No, she has no presence in this world. There's no shrine. Even if they make a shrine, the shrine cannot be maintained. We could talk with a local god, but...
Yeah, but we could also just put in the manual labor.
I
Yeah.
mean, given the amount of time we've got, the time would be better invested just getting to work. Listen, do you mind if I just bring something up before we head out again? I remember when we were stood outside of the shop, David, you said something about handing over a letter to Callum.
Yeah, I want him to deliver a letter, since he will be going to Manchester.
To be honest, it is a really good opportunity. If he can get that letter to your wife before you get access to sending it, it'll probably make things a lot easier for her. Like if she actually has something tangible there.
That as well, but also I just want to let her know that I'm alive.
Well, yeah, absolutely, David. It's a good opportunity, but I just want to point a couple of things out. Do you recall when Callum was talking about Tarek stealing from him, that he didn't get a grasp of what was going on because he was too busy throwing spells and summoning things to chase him? And we know what happened to Tarek once he arrived at the shop. Whether you feel that using lethal force or potential lethal force in response to a theft is neither here or there. But what bothers me a little bit is just how nonchalant he was about the whole thing. It just makes me a little bit nervous that if things go wrong for any reason with the ritual or with his item, he might be the sort to seek retribution, maybe against us, but if you give him the letter before that point...
I'm not gonna give him anything before the ritual.
Okay.
It will be after we have established a relatively positive relation. That's one. And the other, I don't think he even knows what happened to Tarek.
Possibly not.
Because
no, he said he arrived at the shop as it was
when it
lit,
was already gone.
So he wouldn't have seen what happened to him.
As much as how he much knows, Tarek could still be alive and just successfully escaped.
Frankly, as someone who doesn't really have any ties to Earth anymore, I don't really feel like I've got much say one way or the other. So, as I say, Dave, it's just if it's something that you've taken into consideration.
I have. I don't completely trust him, but then again, I have little options.
No,
so
I completely understand.
If the relationship is decent enough, I might ask him to do me a favor.
Well, there's something I want to mention because you were inside when he was talking about it. John tried to ask Callum what the Dreamcatcher did, and he just said that it does many things. No specific word on what its capabilities are, but it's also what he referred to as an object of power, which is Mother-Made. So that's kind of why I brought up the whole thing about the item being... Actually, did you ask Devlin what would happen to the items following the ritual, or
he said if the item is competently made, it will just lose some of its power, but it won't break. Which is also why I offered of returning it, since there is a good chance that it won't break.
Okay, good. I actually have a question for you as well, Love, if you don't mind.
He's sipping on our coffee.
Do you like it?
It's a bit bitter, but alright.
Yeah. I added it with milk and sugar, and then I add a bit of milk and sugar to it.
Does that slap it even more?
Sweetheart, have you by any chance heard of or seen Callum before? Just given how nervous you were of him when we met, because he mentioned being in a place where everyone was called David, so he was in Drudge's Blaine at some point, and I was just wondering if your caution might have been due to something that you heard or a previous encounter with him, because if he caught up to us from Caramo in 2 days, and we were in Caramo for 2 weeks, it stands to reason that he probably was on the same world as us, and we just didn't come across him.
He thinks for a minute, but shakes her head. I don't remember seeing him. You all seemed a little bit tense at the time, so let's kind of stay back for a bit.
Fair enough, darling. I was just curious. I think if things go well with him, David, it might also be worth asking them about the sorts of rituals that they use in low magic worlds, because given going to this situation on a low magic world, it's possible that we might visit another one at some point, and it'd be nice to know how to cast magic within those types of environments. Might come in useful in an emergency.
If the relationship turns favorably, then you can definitely ask that.
To be honest, David, I kind of hope that we do manage to get everything worked out.
I think it will. Also because how transparent he has been.
Yeah.
If we return the same transparency, I think we'll be fine.
To be honest, I wasn't even referring to that so much, David. I was just simply going to say, as someone who's recently lost their mum and the last thing that they had of her, I can empathise with his situation, I guess. So it would be nice to give something back.
DM?
Yes.
Could you confirm what time it was?
I think we said it was mid-afternoon.
Turning into maybe evening.
Right, I gotta fix this going forward. So, we said mid-afternoon, did we? How about that? That sound good?
I'm gonna write down 4 o'clock.
So that means that's enough time to continue working on our defensive plans.
Yes, I think so far we were going to do a moat and excavating dirt, but now I imagine with the amount that we're going to be digging up, we're probably going to need some sort of mechanism in addition to that, maybe?
Some kind of water mechanism?
I mean, you're going to be excavating the dirt with mold earth, but we probably
we're going to need a trolley system to transport the dirt out of the moat.
So I believe we were kind of bandying the idea of barricades around, but given that we're probably going for this moat idea, we're likely not really going to be using the wood for that so much. Although we might need to make another boat from what you were saying before.
DM, how many people can fit in this boat?
Say 3.
Yeah, so we need one more.
But do know
Roads.
the animals also needs to get out. Everybody has to be.
Yeah, but they don't need to join the fight. We just tie them up. At least
Ooh.
tie Fred up somewhere to the sides. Lante and Kara can join the fight, which...
You can also dismiss the dogs just in case.
Yeah, but I have to resummon them afterwards.
What if they're like outside and they get attacked by the centipedes because they're all
Then they
dead?
will go poof, and then I have to resummon them.
But are you sure the same thing goes with Fred?
I hope, but for Fred we just have to put him to the side, out of the fray, and then, according to what Devlin said, he won't get attacked by the centipedes, because the centipedes will be focused on the house and anything standing in between it. And since Fred won't be standing in between it,
What if Fred gets attacked by
parrot birds.
tower birds or something?
I'm not God, June. I cannot control everything. We're gonna have to take some risk here.
You can also make a boat for Fred.
We're not making a boat just for Fred.
I can help.
Can you fight, Phileas?
Yes, I can.
How well?
So he lifts up his hand, ice shoots forward to the wall. Evelyn comes down. Was there a need for that?
He didn't know.
We didn't survive. Since you're here briefly, Devlin, I do have a very quick question for you. The Dreamcatcher that you're
Always
going
seems
to...
to.
I've got a lot of questions, unfortunately, Devlin, and often you're the only person to answer them. The Dreamcatcher. After it's been used for the ritual, David says that it's going to be mostly drained of its magic. Will any enchantments that were on it before still be usable? Will it recharge in time, or will work need to be done to it?
As long as it was made competently, it should
It'll be-
recharge and
It'll
regain
be
its
fine.
energy.
Okay, fair enough.
Or anything else?
No, to be fair, I probably wasn't going to call you again,
He's
but
gone.
just since you... Okay.
Oh, Devlin,
The feet just stop before going up.
is there any way for you to assist us during the ritual?
Feet
Protecting the
stay in place,
shopwise?
and his head comes through the ceiling.
That's
No.
impressive.
Actually, I have literally one more question. How long is the ritual going to be, roughly, so we know how long we need to defend you for?
It varies every single time. The shortest has been 30 minutes. The longest was a day.
That is it. Thank you very much, Devlin.
He's gone.
Let's not try to bother Devlin again. They are trying to prepare for the ritual, and I think we know everything that we need to now.
So, we have to move Fred outside, yeah.
It's not nice for him to stay in the bed. It's small. He can
It's
roam
safe.
It's safe, but he can roam freely, stretch his legs and shit.
Yeah, but no, what I'm thinking is if he wants to go to sleep.
He can also sleep just outside of the inn, on grass.
Yeah, he deserves a roof over his head.
It's sunny outside.
Now?
Yeah,
I'm
okay,
talking
but
during
if
the
it's
night.
yeah, okay, he can come back inside, but he also maybe...
But he can't if there is a moat.
Okay, but then he has to be outside anyway, or he dies inside the shop.
That is what I'm saying.
I just mean generally, it's nice for a horse to be able to roam. In general, let's keep him locked in the bathroom all day if we can. Thanks.
Oh, Fred.
Fred just flicks the tail, goes past.
Oh,
We're gonna go outside.
Nuzzles Moira on the way past, flicks Brandon.
Hey, do I not get any nuzzling for my treatment of them earlier?
Moira just leans over towards you. Don't worry, I'll nuzzle you later.
Let's go
Got
outside. Take Fred outside.
Okay, you take Fred outside. I'm going to assume that everyone drank the coffee, bad boy.
Yeah.
Or do you have some as well, Brandon?
I think he'll probably give it a chance.
Okay then. So, everyone now has the following effect. You gain advantage on initiative for the next 4 hours.
Wow.
Oh.
are we aware of this in character?
You're aware of this, yes.
There's a pop-up window.
I just close the notification immediately.
Yeah,
I mean-
that's the problem with you. You should actually read what's popping up on your screen.
Properties. Addictive. Consuming
That's-
once will produce a desire to have it at least 1 cup a day. If not consumed for 24 hours, you have disadvantage on initiative for 72 hours or until your next cup of coffee.
Good job we got a lot of it, I suppose. Well, I guess I'm an addict now. Huh, that was fun.
What are you talking about?
Don't be the effects. dude.
Read, June, read.
We have advantage for the
Yeah.
next 4 hours, but if we don't drink coffee now at least once a day, we will have disadvantage for the next 72 hours or until we drink another cup of coffee. Hence my comment.
Wait, 1 cup made us addicted.
Apparently. I suppose since we've actually got time, we could start doing things now. So, what do we want to do exactly?
No, and I don't want to make a comment about anything, but you know how Martinez was angry by the tea he was given because of the weird properties, but just drinks coffee that has now made us addicts.
Ah.
I don't know what I'm hinting at, but I hope you get the gist of it, Brandon.
I suppose kind of, but it wasn't. The thing is, I suppose you could argue that Charlotte knew the effects of the homunculus tea when she served it to us, whereas we didn't know what this was going to do. David didn't intend for us to get addicted to coffee, at least not instantly.